How the love got cold. I don't know. How my friends turn to fold. I don't know. 40 in, it's how it go. What you six? Yeah. Better know it. Times change. People change. They gon' change. They gon' love you, then they hate you. Yeah, it's strange. Yeah, that's right. Sell you out for some change. Yeah. They go crazy for that money. They the range. Hey. Lord forgive them, cause they know now what they do. Messing with a prince, they ain't even got a clue. They don't blind them with the light when they see me coming through. And a hater couldn't stress me, tell them this ain't nothing new. Watch your back, better watch. Watch your back, better watch. Keep the circle tight, dog, never slack, never loose. Do your friends, do you know? Got your back. I know the ones around me, yeah, I'm keeping track. How the love got cold. I don't know. How my friends turn to fold. I don't know. 40 in, it's how it go. What you six? Yeah. Better know it. How the love got cold. I don't know. How my friends turn to fold. I don't know. 40 in, it's how it go. What you six? Yeah. Better know. Yeah. Never take a word. Show me how you getting down. Yeah. Is you with it when a man up and when he down? You around for the occasion?
All right, Jeremiah 17:4. Let's go to that. It says Jeremiah got discontinued from his heritage. And if so, does that mean he fell out the truth? It's a good question. Good question. I like it. Your mind is thinking. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
All right, purple shirts, how would you answer that question? Did Jeremiah fall out the truth? 50s, 20s, anything. Okay, give it off to Azaniah. How would you answer that? Did he fall out the truth?
At that time period, no.
Okay. So
but because it's twofold, so when you come back, he didn't have no remembrance of who he was. So that means you're not following the truth.
All right. Thank you for living up to your rank. All right, go to Baruch 2 and 30. Answered it like a true 50. That's good. I like it. More fire for the 50s.
Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30.
Yep.
For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
So, same way with us. Jeremiah discontinued, didn't know who he was. He came back. Whichever one it was, he came back many times, whatever it was. But we know he's going to come back in these last days. We don't know. One of you brothers might be Jeremiah, and you're afraid to raise your hand. Spirit of Jeremiah's in you. You're just holding it back. But like I was saying, he would remember himself. So although he comes back and he don't know about the truth like none of us did, he would eventually do what, brothers? Do what, brothers? Remember himself. Come on, stay with me, y'all. Active listening. This ain't church. All right. He would remember himself. And if he remembered himself, what would happen after he remembered himself? Second section. What would happen after he remembered himself? Got 2 kids and 1 adult. Anybody else behind Matthias know what would happen after Jeremiah remembered himself? Okay. All right. Give it a brother Shar. I was waiting on you to raise your hand, Shar.
I think the scripture in 2nd Ezra.
Just tell me what would happen after he remembered himself.
He would help Israel in the last days with Isaiah.
I like that. You're right. Anybody else was Matthias? What would happen?
He would immediately start keeping the laws.
There you go. He would find his way into a congregation. Man, I heard that before somewhere. Give me that. Was that John 14:26?
Yes, sir. The Comforter.
Yeah. Read that.
The book of John, chapter 14, verse 26. But the Comforter, which is the Holy Ghost, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things and bring all things to your remembrance.
It's the same thing happened with Jeremiah. Same thing happened to you. Same thing happened to Jeremiah. He's an Israelite just like you're Israelite. The Spirit of God is in you just like it was in him. It just ain't talking to you directly. He talking to you out of a book because he said, I can't be around them no more. Full of sin. Just write it down for the time to come, because it's going to be a day that I'm going to separate myself from them and let them find out the hard way they can't live without me. Thus, that's where we are today. But same way that Jeremiah went through the process, the same way we go through the process. We remember what was said to us from many lifetimes ago. We heard it and be like, that's what I've been looking for all my life. That sounds right. Find your way into here. Give me that in what is it? 2nd Ezra chapter 1,
chapter 2.
Chapter 2, and I think it's the last verse. Give me the last 2 verses.
You want what, Jeremiah or the prophets?
Whichever one. I'm trusting you.
2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verse 18.
Let's see.
For
last verse.
For thy help will I send my servants,
there we go.
Isai, and Jeremiah.
And Jeremiah. That's Jeremiah. In the last days, he would send him for our help. So he's somewhere out here teaching the truth, keeping the commandments, because go to Daniel chapter 12, and it's the last verse. This is how you know that he's with a camp. We don't know which one he is, but he's with a camp that is teaching, thus saith the Lord, keeping the commandments. I don't want to say IUIC, but Jeremiah would not come back and be having his head covered. He would not come back and be having multiple wives. No, he kept the commandments of God. He's a prophet. He knew right from wrong the same way he would know it again. He was ordained from the womb. So the Spirit of God is in him fully. We don't know if it woke up yet, but he would be doing thus saith the Lord. Read that in Daniel, I think it's 12 and the last verse.
Daniel chapter 12, verse 13.
To show what happens to the prophets when you come back again. Read that.
But go thou thy way to the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in
Go to the end be, the last days. Read.
For thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of the days.
Thou shalt stand in thy lot. What was Daniel, brothers? He was a what? Second section. He was a what? He was a prophet. God telling him, go rest. See, the righteous, we don't die, we rest. He said, go and rest until the end of days. And when you come back, you're going to be in your lot, what I created you to be. You're going to be a prophet once again in the last days. Same thing with Jeremiah. Same thing with each and every one of you in here. But some of you brothers, I can't wait till the Lord wake the Spirit up in you. Be shaky. But the spirit of that prophet is in you. That's why you are here right now, going through the process again of being trained up and learned again. All right. Last question here. Is there any information as to how Isaiah died? I heard that it is possible he was slain by King Manasseh. I've never read that in my life. So no, it's not. You know, the Lord didn't give us when it pertaining to a lot of the prophets. He didn't give us a lot of stuff, right? But unless you read it in the scripts, you know, don't believe it. Where's that in? Give me that in Romans chapter 3, and let's read verse 4.
Romans chapter 3 and verse 4.
Amos, I think he had his hand up too. Brothers coming in, y'all got questions? If you got questions, raise your hand. Read that.
Romans chapter 3 and verse 4. God forbid. Yea, let God be true, but every man a liar.
God be true and every man a liar. That's why it is thus saith the Lord. It is precept upon precept. Read on.
As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy saying.
As it is written, mean that you need to find it in these scripts. Now, it might not be exactly how laid out, like you won't read the word pants in the Bible. but it does say hosen. It does say man's attire, right? Belong to a man. Garments, trousers, right? Breeches, right? That's what it says in the Bible. That is as it is written, that thou mightest be justified. Don't make up stuff to try to sound deep to somebody, because you'll come across the right person that has actually studied, and they'll pull your card. Oh, well, show me that in the Bible. Oh, you got to go to the book of Enoch. Oh, really? Really? You just made that up. Read verse 4 again.
Romans chapter 3 and verse 4. God forbid, yea, let God be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
When thou art judged. Go to James chapter 3. I was just reading this. I think Thursday is my disciples' day. Oh, yeah. This goes in when you giving out understanding. Don't be trying to be deep, trying to answer every question. Especially if you barely know it. You only read it once. You heard somebody say it. You think you can remember it and bring it out that way. That's not how God get down. If he ain't gave you that wisdom yet, it's for a reason. He wants you to wait. James chapter 3, verse 1.
James chapter 3 and verse 1. My brethren, be not many masters.
Be not many masters, meaning don't you try to dive in. Oh yeah, I give you all of Isaiah. I can give you all of Jeremiah. Oh, Ezekiel, ask me any question. Revelations, I know 22 all the way down to I know all the chapters. Ask me, I can tell you. Read it again.
My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation.
If you have been endowed with some wisdom and you go around trying to be more than what you are and teaching outside of as it is written, stretching stuff out, Lord said, I got some condemnation waiting on you because you ain't learned how to humble yourself and wait on your ministry. Go to Sirach. Like some of your brothers ask me questions. I'll be like, oh, okay, I know. Let me give you a precept here. Some of the stuff, I'll ask the bishop, and I'll write me on Telegram so I can ask the bishop. How many people I done told that in here? Officers, yeah, write me on Telegram. I'll ask the bishop. Some stuff you just don't know. We see through a glass darkly. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 25.
Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 25. Without eyes thou shalt want light. Profess not the knowledge thereof that thou hast not.
So without eyes thou shalt want light, meaning lack light. You can't see without your eyes. That's how it goes. Eyes are made to see. You can't see without it. So you won't see any light. So the same thing, it comes with knowledge. If you don't know it, you shouldn't be speaking it. Shouldn't be coming out your mouth just to sound deep to somebody. Don't do that. Go to Sirach chapter 1 and let's read verse 29 and 30.
Sirach chapter 1 verse 29. Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest.
Take good heed what thou speakest, because what? Every word you would have to give an account of. Read on.
Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so God discover thy secrets and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation.
Then you get called out on yourself. Like, who taught you that? Who gave you that precept? Who said that? Where'd you learn that from? Then you be like, you don't want to expose the person that taught you that while you was at a circle. Like, we ain't never taught that before. So wait on your ministry. Teach what you know. Don't go outside of as it is written. All right? That's why we tell y'all brothers, ask questions. Make sure you know what you're talking about, because you will be judged on it. Matthew 12:36. And this ain't today's class. This is just Q&A and MIA. Matthew chapter 12 and verse 36 and 37.
Matthew chapter 12 verse 36. But I say unto you that every idle word.
Read.
That men shall speak, they shall give they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned.
Didn't we just read that in Romans 3? He says that thou mightest be justified in the end and overcome. Christ telling you, watch the words come out of your mouth, especially when you've been given a position of leadership or endowed with some wisdom, and giving it out to other people. Be careful of what you are saying, because you will be judged on it. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6, and I think it's verse 1, right? And 2.
Yes, sir. But learn to judge.
Yep.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6, verse 1.
1 through 3.
Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand. Learn ye that be judges of the ends of the earth.
Learn ye that be judges of the end of the earth. Read.
Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest.
Read.
Who shall try your works.
Who shall try your works, meaning look into it. Go ahead.
And search out your counsels.
Search out them words that you be having with people. Search out. Don't be in them little huddles. Be some of y'all brothers be in the bag, put out scripts, try and be deep and all that. We let y'all do it, but we might not hear you, but your angel writing it down. So stay where you are and let the Lord endue wisdom on you in time. Don't pull the cart before the horse. All right? Ask questions.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.